Hey, what's going on, visionaries? Jason Osborne, jayovision, back again with another video. And today we're talking flashes. If you're new to flash photography, you might be confused on which flash is the right one for you and when it's the best time to use it. So I'm going to be going over all the flashes I personally use in my photography, so hopefully it can give you some insight on how to use it for yours. Coming up. Alright guys, so let's hop right in and talk about flashes. Now when it comes to lighting your subjects in your areas, there's so many different options, so many different ways that you can do it, and flashes definitely help get the job done. Now there are also tons of different, flash manufacturers, different models, different brand names, and you might be confused as far as which ones you should go with and which ones are best for your photography. So what I'm going to do is just pretty much start from the bottom and work my way up. Now, all the flashes that I use are from the brand Godox, okay? Now they are not sponsoring me or paying me or doing anything really for me to do this video, but it is the brand that I use for a couple of reasons. One, Godox flashes are pretty reliable. Two, they have an amazing price point for a lot of the flashes that they offer. And three, they're widely accessible, meaning you can find them on Amazon, eBay, even your local camera store or camera shop will carry some Godox flashes. So I like that about it. Now, we're gonna go and talk about manual flashes first, which is the cheapest option on my list or in my gear set when it comes to light, okay? Now this right here is the Godox TT600 manual flash, okay? It's about $69, $70 on Amazon, I believe. It takes 4 AA batteries and it gets the job done. Now this was probably the first speed light that I bought. And it is a straight manual flash, meaning you have to select the power level on it itself, and it'll stay at that power level until you change it. Now this flash is good for anyone who is new and doesn't want to spend a lot of money getting into flash photography. Now yes, the good thing about this is that they can be triggered by an on-camera trigger, or they can be fired off optically through another flash. Sometimes flashes can fire when they detect another flash going off. So it does take radio signals and optical signals as well. So it's a good deal. You can use this for portrait work. I use this specifically for event work. They are great on flash stands, pointing at the dance floor or maybe lighting up a wall to give some extra ambient lighting. So I use them a lot for my events. For my weddings, I count on these a lot. To save yourself some money, I do recommend, if you're going to get the TT600, to go ahead and get yourself some rechargeable AA batteries. I have a good amount of those as well. So, after a certain time, the flash will start to power down or recycle slower, and you'll need to change the batteries out, and you don't want to go out and have to continuously buy batteries. So I do suggest you getting some rechargeable AA's if you are going to go with the TT600. Where I would not use it is probably during a bright sunny day, or any kind of situation where you're going to have to be combating a lot of sunlight. They're not strong enough to really cut through sunlight. You probably have to put it right in your subject's face in order to illuminate them if you were trying to do any kind of off-camera flash. But once that sun goes down and you have a little bit more of a sunset type feel, they could get the job done. I have shot portraits with these and these alone, but I wouldn't really recommend it. I would recommend getting something a little bit more stronger. Next up on the list is one of my favorite flashes that Godox offers, and that is the V862. All right, now how is this different from the manual flash, the TT600? Well, in price point, they are definitely different. This is about $179. Now, what comes with that extra price point? Why is this so much more expensive? Well, to begin, this is a TTL Flash, meaning through the lens flash, meaning this can set its own power automatically depending on your camera settings and the ambient light that it detects around it. This is helpful for events. This is my #1 go-to event photography flash for being on my camera. So when I'm shooting a wedding or a corporate event or anything, typically this flash is what will be on my camera. And I like this flash because the TTL option helps a lot during events, especially when you're going from different lighting situations. Now you can also change it to manual and set the power yourself if you'd like to do that as well. Another big thing about the V860 that I like is that it has its own trigger built inside of it. So for an example, when I'm shooting a wedding, I put this flash on my camera, and then I have my TT600 manual flashes on flash stands. So whenever I fire this one, taking a picture of my subject, the TT600 will also fire as well. The V860 is a pretty great flash because it also doesn't take AA batteries, but it takes a battery pack, which is rechargeable. So once again, you're saving money on that because you no longer have to worry about getting, rechargeable AA batteries or just buying AA batteries in general. It comes with a battery pack. So you just stick that in and you're good to go. And when it dies, you stick it in the charger and wait for it to power back up. Now, I also have used this for my portrait work as a kicker light, meaning, it'll be behind my subject, highlighting the hair or giving some rim lighting or maybe lighting the background. This has a little bit more wattage or power than the manual flash as well, and a little bit more of a faster recycle time. So the V860 is a great flash for anyone who is doing event photography or photography that requires multiple flashes being used, because you can keep this on your camera and fire off the other flashes. And with its battery pack and the fact that it's a TTL flash, it really offers everything that you could hope for as a photographer. The famed and most popular AD200, okay? Now the AD200 is probably the most popular pocket strobe. We're not gonna even call this a speed light anymore. This is actually a strobe flash for photography, especially portrait photography. I own 2 of these, and there's a reason for that. So why do I like this to begin with? Well, one, the power. This is definitely strong enough to fire off during a midday session. I have had a little trouble on super bright days, but there's a workaround to that, and I'll get into that in a second. But this is definitely strong enough for most sunny days to cut through that light, and that's really why I got it. If you find yourself shooting a lot of daytime shots, and especially during 1 o'clock when that light is really right above you and super harsh, you're definitely going to want to invest in a strobe. Now, Godox, they make 3 different versions of this flash. They have the AD200, then the bigger AD400, and then the even bigger AD600. Now, I don't own a 600 or a 400 because 1, the price point is just out of range for me, and 2, I honestly think that the AD200 is a lot better for the type of photography that I do. I'm not always shooting in the daytime, and when I am, I can use this, but at the same time, this gives me most of the power that I need anyway. So I haven't found too much of a discrepancy as far as this 400 to 600 not being in my gear set. It comes with 2 flash heads. You have your flash head right here, which represents, your typical, flash head in your speed light, and then you have your bulb set right here. Now, when I shoot portraits, I typically use the bulb because you get to actually squeeze a little bit more power out of this when you have it attached. Now, the flash head is good because it's a lot more manageable as far as not being as delicate. You don't have to worry about breaking the bulb or anything like that. But it can be a little weaker than when you use the bulb. But the advantages to using this is that you can attach gels to it, you can attach snoots to it, and on top of that, when this is connected, you can actually use it, the modeling lamp, and this will pretty much allow you to light your subject. Now, this is kind of weak. This modeling lamp is actually very weak. It wouldn't even light your subject up in a studio, and even in the dark, it's not that powerful. But they tried. This comes in at about $299. You can find it a little bit cheaper on eBay. It comes with a battery pack, which is good. It lasts pretty long. I got this specifically when I shoot my portraits. I use it a lot for my family portraits. If I have enough time during a wedding, bridal portraits, groom portraits. This is basically my go-to light source when I'm shooting my portraits, no matter what kind of portrait it is. Now, when you don't have enough power, you have 2 choices. You can either upgrade and get yourself an AD400 or 600, or you can buy another one of these and get one of these. Now, I did a review on this. This is the AD-B2 mount, and what this allows you to do is to connect 2 AD200s, say you own 2 like myself, and this allows you to connect 2 of them and basically get the combined power of 400. So now with 2 of these, I have the same exact power as an AD400. And this is very helpful because, you know, sometimes I do need that extra power to cut through the sunlight, and this is able to do that. And a big advantage is that, as like I said with the modeling lamp situation, this mount comes with its own modeling lamps, and as you can see, it's a lot brighter than the ones with just the flash head. All right, now this actually will do a little work for you. You know what I'm saying? So it really just depends on the kind of uses that you plan on using this AD200 for, but I highly recommend it if you're a portrait photographer or if you're really getting into portraits using off-camera flash. Your speed lights can do the job, but at the same time, you know, these get the job done. So there you go, guys. I hope this video was very informative for you and it helps you ease your decision making as far as which flashes are right for you at this time, especially depending on the types of photography that you do. If you are interested in purchasing any of the flashes that I talked about, go ahead and check the description below because there's a link that will take you directly to the Amazon site that has that flashes listed for sale. If you like this video and you want to leave a comment, say hi, or suggest a topic for me to do on my next video, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And as always, give me those thumbs up and those likes. They really help the channel grow and they help people find my videos. This is Jason Osborne, jayovision, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.